Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Miller and today I'm going to be building a desk DIY style for my gaming computer. What I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to write all the parts that you would need in the description down below. I'll link those parts if possible, or maybe not. I don't know if they have them on the Bunnings website, but everything I'm doing from this one is from Bunnings, and here it is all laid out. Nice and OCD style because that's the way I roll. Now, mind the mess in my garage. It's pretty messy in here. I haven't cleaned it up for a little while. I actually need to get rid of a bunch of stuff. But nevertheless, I'm using this front area to sort of chuck it all together. This is sort of all off the top of my head. Just eyeballed it when I went into Bunnings, and yeah, we'll be seeing how it goes. So I've stripped it down. I've taken off all the barcodes and all the shit that it leaves behind on it. I'll link some stuff that I used for that down below as well. I'm going to be putting it all together, spray painting it, and then chucking a nice piece of wood on top and finishing it off, and we'll see how we go. Alrighty, so now that I've laid it out all pretty, I'm going to have to take it all apart again. Well, not take it apart, I'm going to have to start assembling it. So I'm going to have to deconstruct my little masterpiece I've made here. However, it will be worth it in the end. Alright, so just a little update on what our parts are at, just in case you want to see which ones we've used. Now coming over here, what I've done is I have put together the front end. Sorry, the bottom end. Running through, connects with the shim, and same on the other side. Alright, so in that last little section, you can see what I've done here. Starting to make the uprights for the back end of it, and I'll also do the same on the front here right now. Now you may have noticed in that last little section it did sort of move around a little bit on its own. That will happen because it's like I've tightened them, but I haven't tightened them enough to a point where it's not going to move. It doesn't need to be, I don't think, as when it's all together in one structure, it has no way to move at all, so it actually will sit quite flush. And that last little section is put on the front and back upright parts. Done the same down the end over here. And now we get on to building upwards. Okay, so we've just put the uprights in, and now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So we're essentially going to be doing the same thing as we've done on the bottom for the top half, but because some of it moves around and it's a metal figure, it needs to fit into the right spots. However, it's going to take some playing with to get right. You may see me struggle a little bit. If there is parts that I do struggle with and I can work out how to get past a few, I will put it in here. I'll stop the time lapse and I'll go through it with you. But for now, just gotta play as we go. That bit was actually really tricky. So this bit here, I sort of had to play around with quite a bit to get this pipe wedged in there. Okay, sorry, I had to change angles because the lighting was too raw. So to get this piece in here, I actually had to do a lot of playing around with loosening this one by putting that pipe in here, loosening it enough to be able to sort of fit it tight between these ones. So these are all okay now. That sort of sits a little bit loose, but that's good because I've got leeway to move over when I need to do that side. Now just remember, it's going to be a little bit loose. It's not going to be locked tight, but once it's all together, it will be. Right, if you saw that bit there, you'll notice that that bit just did not want to go on. Sometimes it's going to happen. Just going to have to move some bits around and try again. Actually went together a lot quicker than the last bit because I realized what you got to do is if you tilt this one a little bit this way, just so it can come out here, tighten it as much as possible, like as much as you can. Then once you sort of line it up with this one, undo it a bit, like from this side, undo it, which will screw straight into this one, and then you can rip this one around and it'll go that way. So that way it loosens up this little bit. So these are all, actually they're not very loose at all, but it makes it work. I'm not gonna lie, that bit was a little bit tricky. So same as doing these bits here, for this bit, you actually kind of have to make this one a little bit looser, then this one, and that one. You sort of got to tighten them. So it's never going to be fully tight, but it will sit properly. And once we chuck the top plate on there, like the big bit of wood that we're going to use, and paint it together, it will sit nice and flush. I have a table inside, actually. I'll show you right now. So I've got this one here. That's what I've done before. That's just perfect. That's just fun. So this one, although as we're doing it, it looks like it's going to be a little bit flimsy. It isn't. Once that top plate is on, like I said, yeah, it'll sit perfectly. You guys will love it. Alrighty guys, and that is it for the frame. Put this together pretty quickly, actually. I was surprised in how quick it went. I think last time there was a lot of trial and error because I hadn't done it before. However, this time, still a little bit of playing around with, but we're good. All right, so what we're gonna do now, actually that bit looks a little out of line, doesn't it? Oh no, that looks all right. What we're gonna do now is go get some paint it. I'm gonna do like a satin black sort of color. That's just gonna give that this nice finish, and then I'm gonna put a piece of wood on top of that. So that is pretty much all for now. I will come back to you guys once I've done that, and I'll give you a little bit of a run through. Alrighty guys, so I finished up painting this maybe about an hour ago. I just forgot to actually film a little bit of an update. What I'm going to do is a couple of hours from now, once it's dried, I'm going to come put a second layer on it, and then I'll let it dry overnight. So I've got the piece of wood I went to Bunnings and got. It is coming in the morning. That'll be arriving. Strap it on. I will attach it via screws, chipboard screws that I bought, and I'll get back to you then. Alrighty, so it is the next day. Bunnings actually dropped off my piece of wood this morning. I had to order it because my car is not big enough. I've just got a little hatch. And they've dropped off a nice big piece of wood. I'm gonna take that plastic off, attach it to the top, and show you how it looks. And there you have it, guys. Our brand new desk, under $350. Absolutely beautiful. Alrighty guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed with how this one turned out. This is the second time I've made a DIY desk, and I'd like to thank you guys for following it through with me. Any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer them. And if you want to see anything else in the future, maybe leave some feedback, tell me something else I could make, and I'll get to it. But for now, I've been Miller. Thanks guys for watching. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you like it.